Hey guys, welcome to my recording of a quick Civilization 5 game. Just going to go through a little bit of things here. It's not going to take too long. This isn't going to be a full walkthrough or tutorial. I'm going to assume that you have some knowledge of Civ 5. So if you're looking for a full instructional video, this isn't where to go. So I like to play with mods. I'm sure most people do. Because I'm using an Apple, I'm limited on the mods I can use, but I'll show you the ones that I'm using for this. If you want to see them, you can just pause it, focus in on it if you're interested. All the ones with check marks are the one I'm going to be using for this game. Alright, let's set up a game. I'm going to be using 5 civilizations, randomized. Of course, everybody has a preference for which civilization like they go with in certain scenarios, but I feel like the best way to get a full overview, a full grasp of every civilization out there, I like going with random, just because it keeps you on your toes, gets you prepared, you can learn other civilizations better, and also increase your own playstyle. Here are the map options I'm using. Again, because I'm using an Apple, I have limited things that I can do, so I'm going with a tiny size. Putting a little bit more people on it than Tiny recommends to hopefully pressure war. Here's the game options that I'm using. Sometimes I like to go with Raging Barbarians, but I know that most people don't play that way, so I'm going to avoid it this time. Alright, let's roll and see what we get. Alright. Looks like we got jungle to the left, woods to the right, and of course I've got sugar down here, and I'm already on the coast. I'm just going to go ahead and settle right here because I'm going to start off on a hill to increase my production. Let's go ahead and take a look at this continent we're on. Citrus early, that's nice. Let's go ahead and switch over to production focus and research pottery so that we can get that shrine as soon as possible. Hopefully Ethiopia hasn't spawned in the game. There is a way of checking, but I always like to be surprised, so I'm just going to go ahead and wait. Got some ancient ruins close by. Increasing my pop. Great. Alright, so we'll send this guy over into the jungle, see what he can find. And get started on another scout. It's really critical to scout your surroundings because of city-states. For me, getting a lot of gold early on is a big deal. Being able to buy out tiles that you might need is important. In this case, there's not a lot of hills around me, so it's not going to help me very much when I'm building a settler. So we've already got a good portion of our continent revealed. There's a little bit down here we don't know about, and a little bit up here, but we don't have any immediate threats, which is nice. Let's cross the river. Great. The first AI that we meet, and it's Egypt. So they're going to have war chariots, which is a quick ranged unit that we're going to have to look out for. And of course they have their bonus to wonders. So I'm hoping that they are just going to start wonder grabbing, so that way I don't even have to worry about them. Because there is nothing better than having your neighbor be a wonder grabber who completely disregards their military. Hopefully that's what will go on here, but you never know. Egypt can be a very powerful civilization in the right hands. We got a map, and we already know where they're located. So after I'm done building this shrine, I'm going to get started on my settler, so I can put a forward positioning city close to Egypt that I can use as a stage of attack for when I need to. Zanzibar, pledge to protect them. While trespassing into their lands, because, you know, I don't care. What are they going to do? Nothing. They're city-state. Couple of ancient ruins. I'm going to try to get my scout over here as soon as possible so I can grab that from Egypt. Oh, he's definitely going to get at least one. I'm going to have to grab the other one from him then. No point moving my scout over there now. Looks like the southern part is larger than I initially thought. There could be another AI player down here. So far, just more forests. Gold, which is great. Now, I could start beating up on this barbarian encampment, but it looks like it's a bigger threat to Egypt than it is to me. So I'm just going to leave it there while I go ahead and explore more of Egypt's coastline. Alright, time to get started on that settler like I was promising. Of course, switch everything off and go for production. Now, if I had any hills close by at all, I would buy them up. I don't have anything with this terrible jungle start, and that's just the way it goes. I don't like to reroll. I like to go with what I got because when you're playing a game against other players, you can't just say, okay, let's quit and start over again. Unless you're a noob, I guess. Scout the tundra to see if they left any ancient ruins up there. Alright. And we've got Hiawatha. Great. And they have so much forest around them. So that means I'm going to have to be putting a city to the south of me and to the north of me. So I'm really going to have to start pumping things out with production. It's too bad I don't have any hills to start with. Looks like we're at the very top of the continent. Let's try to get back as quick as we can so we can bring that settler up unharmed. So I've got my two initial texts. I almost always go for granary and then writing. And then I like to go for my resources. Here I'm going to have calendar no matter what. And then it just depends on if I want to go for the sugar first or the spices first. And in this case, I'm just going to go for calendar because I have a mod that allows me to get stoneworks right away no matter what, so we can increase my production a little bit. That'll give me something to do while I'm researching the other texts. Okay, and we filled out the top portion of the map. Jeez, it looks like Onondaga has got a really great start to the south. Move my way back. He's so far up, he's also not going to be able to get back at this point. I'm just going to try to see if I can scope out this last little piece of black by getting onto this hill. And if not, then I'm just going to delete him, because I don't need him anymore. He's not doing me any good, a scout lost in foreign territory. To me, personally, it was worth bringing it up here, because the whole point is exploring the map. And that information I can use in the future is really important. Alright, well, we're going to go with honor here, just because of the fact that there's a lot of barbarians around, and I'm sure there's some encampments that are going to be popping up later to give us problems. And I've found that going with taking the hit and going with that blackish stuff early helps out later on. Time to pick a Pantheon. I don't have anything that benefits from Faith, and so I'm just going to go for God King. Found another city-state, pledge to protect it, keep on going. Alright. It's time to delete this scout. We know this dark tile is his city, but we don't know what it looks like yet. Don't know how big the pop is. Trespass, because again, who cares? It's just a city-state. They're not going to stop me. This warrior gets back safe and sound so I can bring it back up. It's a forwarding base. So it looks like we can't found a city within 3 tiles of another city, unless you're on a different continent. So this looks right here like the perfect place to put my next city. It's unfortunate that I'm sandwiched between 2 pretty powerful civs, but that's just the way the game goes. Alright, so we've got calendar out of the way. So we're going to need ironworking or masonry for this, so we have to go for mining anyway. Get that out of the way. Alright, so we've found the last portion as far west as this continent goes.
Remember how I said that Jane and I were sharing all of our candy stats? Well, what can we say?
Alright. Like I said, bring the settler up to here, and that might be a little aggressive because we're going beyond the citrus that we need. That's okay. Our tiles will expand down to grab it anyway, and it's more important to be on a hill, especially because I'm going to be using it as a forwarding base. So now we got that settler. I'm going to reset everything and get a worker out because we are going to need happiness as soon as possible. Now, if I can snag a worker from one of these city-states around me, I will. But from down here, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to bring anything all the way up. Let's see what a city looks like. 3. The defense of 11. That's not scary at all. Let's see how this progresses. So in the early game, I like to do a lot of micromanaging. In this case, I really want to attack this because I get free culture from it, and I get a little bit of influence with Singapore. And honestly, I would take this worker if there wasn't a barbarian encampment in the way. And it would take me so long to bring that worker up there that it's really not worth it, so I'm just going to keep on going. Go for tradition. And see, it's turn 21 and I have honor and tradition. It's not like I had to wait a whole long time. And this time, every time I run into barbarians, I'll be able to get some culture off of it. Alright, so now the decision is to go for either the masonry or for bronze working. I really do like the prospect of having immortals early on, but I'm going to go with masonry because of the fact that I have 2 sugars, and when I work those, I'll be able to share one of them with whichever civ I am not at war with. Or possibly I might be at war with both of them.
Are you winning?
I'm last on the scoreboard.
But you still win.
That's right, I always win. The scoreboard doesn't get you victory. Touch to protect.
Where are you? I don't know. But wherever I am, I don't have a pulse.
Okay, great. It's that time. It's time to found my second city. I might be able to snag this worker from Panama. Let's alert. Found that city. Now I've got a great forwarding base to take down Thebes, who's definitely going to turtle. He might expand over here to where the barbarian encampment is, pick up that masonry, or pick up that marble. Down here I have Zanzibar, who's a nice natural buffer for Onondaga down here. I wanted to thank you guys for watching this. This is all I'm going to record for now. If you want to see more, if there's anything else you guys are interested in, please let me know in the comments below. Have a good one.
Well, I don't think it's any of those.